Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. It's Officer 5000 Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm here to invite you, Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, to the ISUPK 57 annual Passover, hosted by Commanding General Yohana, the leader of this nation, Saturday, April 4th at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Shalom. Be there.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
If she has your DNA and it's in you, she's going to want to connect. And once she sees how magnificent and how powerful, and even this form that you did, this profound display of love, you know, in having this platform, I think it's going to blow her mind because, what you're doing here is not just selfish. You're using this situation to help other people find their way. And so even in that where, it's benefiting her, she'll be able to see this. This is part of her legacy. You're part of her legacy. But other people will be able to share in this and say, thank you, brother, because this podcast, this show saved my life.
Yeah. UPK shit, man. One West. Hey. I'm a UPK nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'ma say, no, New Orleans is going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I'll pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, UPK shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Tazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rocket. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects. It go pew pew pew. I ain't tripping off no drink, got bottles in a room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us, and we ain't them. I told him, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, ayy, let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ayy, bounce out, let my fringes swing, yeah. I'm a dog, ayy, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, ayy, let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ayy, bounce out, let my fringes swing, yeah. I'm a dog, ayy, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah. UPK shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man. Turn up. We gonna do this shit the UPK way, not the other way. You hear me? Yeah.
You think you're fine after a car accident until this happens. Most people don't realize that even accidents that seem minor can financially destroy you when the real costs hit weeks later. If you've been in a car accident recently, even one that seemed minor or where you were just a passenger, you need to hear this before it's too late. Here's what happens to most people. They walk away from what seems like a minor accident thinking everything is okay.
Don't let your strongest muscle be in your goddamn them Twitter fingers, nigga. Boss that nigga, man. Get your shit together, man. I'm over it. So overrated. Overrated. So overrated, nigga. Coming on this bitch real fresh, bulletproof, high shoot, bitch, you better wear your vest. She try to get something off her chest, but the drip on her head made a mess. I'm a real piece of profit on this one, but nighttime sheet, I'm a beast. I'm like, here, eat it up, baby, eat. Here, eat it up, baby, eat. I walk with my pole like a pimp in the state that I got up a ton. I walk around with a lot of blaze, I lit a rip on them, yeah. Tonight it's a rap, I got a show, live show, and the niggas still indie. Hey, UPK niggas winning, UPK niggas gifted. Hey, I had a little money, but I lost a little money for that punk ass job. Now I'm getting paid off passion, so it's only right that I stunt. All the niggas wanna hate, frustrates on the face, boy, love wasting time. I don't hate being around broke minds, I motivate their ass and they grind. And that's a real ass leader, real ass nigga, 2G short in the flesh. And I'ma eat my plate so good, I'ma let a little bit while the dish. And I'ma beat down your block so rich, top off, you'll feel every leg. I went to another bitch house, cause that bitch ain't clean up the kitchen. And I ain't saying no names, give a goddamn shit, let that motherfucker learn. I left my phone unlocked, woke up, bitch had a damn chalkboard in front. Wanna know who it is, who the fuck is that bitch, I ain't telling no business. And I bought another motherfucking chopper, and that bitch came with some haters, but hey, I'm overrated, pass overrated. I'm overrated, pass overrated, nigga. I'm overrated, pass overrated. I'm overrated, pass overrated, nigga. I pass overrated, my money coming steady, I'ma rock up my good talk. Hey, the women looking good, got them white cross, I was trying to see who got good talk. South Carolina, where them 5 thick women, they better know how to cook up. Hey, never say the bitch from scratch, that'll keep a nigga, yeah, on stop. I be in Atlanta with the hitters, zone 6 rockin' with a nigga. Had a nigga walk up to a G, but couldn't get past my security. Yeah, I go out, that's my dog already, and the priest too official. Niggas in the world traumatized, tryna buy a trip off a nigga. But we gon' keep the shows coming, keep these hoes running hill for a change, they'll fly. But I gotta keep my fly slide on me, cause these knack bitches lying. I'm in North Carolina doing real big shit, I been got new ties. If you ain't around broke, boy, you tired. But me and my niggas, yeah, pass overrated, pass overrated. Overrated, pass overrated, nigga. Pass overrated, pass overrated. Overrated, pass overrated, nigga. That's the pass overrated, man. Mixtape, EP, whatever you wanna call it. I'm feeding y'all more. Y'all run this shit up, man. Do this shit for the Lord, man. Pass overrated, man. UPK South Carolina, man. Chart 2G. on, I see you, nigga. Come on.
You just camera for me.
Come on.
At the water. All right, clap, clap, clap it up. Y'all about Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Tham by Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. This is the ISUPK Tuesday night brotherhood class. No, it's cool. That's cool. Yeah, hey, for water.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm going.
No, this is the ISUPK Atlanta Tuesday night class. In our itinerary for the week, Salakia. And you know, our itinerary for the week, you know, all our classes are from 7 to 9, except for Sabbath service, which will be from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. From 10 to 11. And throughout the week, you know, you got Monday is the history class,
Right.
which was taught, you know, by powerful priest, officer of 1,000, Yahweh I. He did an excellent job last night.
Yes, sir.
Right, clap it up for the Adawan. You know, then we got tonight, you know, Tuesday is the brotherhood class. And Wednesday, we got the law class. Thursday is the scripture breakdown class with 12 Shield General Mahaiman.
Yeah, right.
You know, and he'll answer all your questions, solve all your problems.
Damn right.
You know, and then Friday, we got the Lashawan Kodash, the language class, the Hebrew language class, or in Atlanta, as we like to say, Hebrews 101. You know, you got to learn our language, get our language back. That's part of our culture. You know, that's part of us taking our, you know, taking back our culture, our true nationality of who we are. You know, we got to learn that Hebrew. And then Saturday, from 10 to 11, you know, we have the Sabbath service, the culmination of it all, throughout all the classes throughout the week, where we learn, where we speak the Hebrew, you know, and we speak the scriptures, we speak the Hebrew in the scriptures, you know, and then we translate it to the English, you know, and it all relates to today's time. Everything that happened back then, it all relates to today's time.
Right.
And so with that, you know, we're going to get into class.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, and there's a thing going around, like for a good minute, you know, that a lot of our people, because you don't know who we are, and those that do know who we are, you still deny that the so-called Hispanic, you know, the Ishikarites, who are the so-called Mexicans, you know, the Puerto Ricans, you know, the Haitians, you know, Jamaicans, all you think those are not our people.
Right.
You know, but they are our brothers.
Right.
That's our people. They part of the 12 tribes. There's 12 tribes.
Damn right, sir.
You know, and a lot of us, you know, don't think that what's going on with ICE has nothing to do with us. Like their problems is not our problems, but that's not so. That's not the case.
Right.
Their problems is our problems. Because, you know, hey, you already see they coming after you next, Negro.
Right.
You know, you what you think? You think you a good Negro in America? I'm a good boy. That ain't got nothing to do with us. You think you exempt from that? They hate your black skin just like they hate the Mexicans. Just like they hate the Puerto Ricans, just like they hate the Asians. And if you're not white, Slocky, the oppressor, and born and raised here, they don't care about you. They really don't.
Yeah, right.
You know, and quite truthfully, they're not the main number one illegals. It's the Chinese that's actually the main number one illegal race of people that's in America, that's coming to America. You know, and if you don't think that, you know, that there are brothers, look, who do you think the 12 tribes are? Who do you think Jacob had? Jacob had 12 sons.
Right.
And we're about to get into that.
Yes, sir.
Come on. All right, there we go. In the book of Genesis 29, we're going to start at 30. We're going to get right into it again.
I'll read for you.
All right, come on, the water.
Okay. The book of
This is Genesis 29 and drop down to 30. Salakia.
Okay.
Start at 30. Matter of fact, drop to 30. Go to 31.
Genesis 29 and 31.
Khan, the water.
Okay.
Right, because you know, it's like y'all act like you don't want them to be like, well, you don't, you ain't acting like it.
Right.
You act like they're no relevance, but they're more relevant than what you running around thinking, calling you, trying to tell you that you still want to be Africans.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Ready?
Khan.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren.
Right. You know, you can't choose one wife over the other. You know, you gotta, you know, the Most High, you know, hey, he's like, he already said, you know, do not slack off just because you get a new wife.
Yeah, right.
You know, you're not supposed to slack off. You're not supposed to stop going for your first wife just because you picked up another wife. And really, you shouldn't. I mean, yeah, you might have a favorite, but that don't mean hate your other wife. You know, she may have been his favorite wife, may have been his favorite wife, but you know, that don't mean that you be less attentive to her. That don't mean you treat her wrong. That don't mean you don't show her love and affection. Read.
Come. Verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben.
What she call him?
Reuben.
And who are the Reubenites today?
Seminole
Khan, Seminole Indians. That's right. Read.
For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me.
Right. The Lord, he looked upon it. He was like, hold on, let me since you want to show favoritism, I'm gonna show you about favoritism.
Right.
About loving your other wife as well as much as you would your first wife. I'm gonna show you about this. You don't want to show her the love and affection? Hey, who was that? True. Oh, okay. Most High Trust. Hey, y'all about some y'all shot thought.
Yeah, about Shem Shabbat, sir. Salaki, you been 12?
Khan, how you doing?
I'm 12, sir. I'm available to read.
All right, Most High Christ. Oh, okay. Hey, the water. Hey, Rai.
Come.
You been listening in?
Oh, Salaki, sir. I had to write some things down. I saw what was going on. So I just was listening a little bit further back. You know, you can't ignore one wife just because you got another one.
All right. All right. Hey, the water. Hey, pick me up at verse 30, Genesis 29 and 32. Pick me up at 32. Who we got checking in? Who we got checking in, Gakawan?
We got Mariah Ya'ala checking in.
All right. Hey. Hey, the water for checking in.
We got Black Mike checking in again.
Hey, Black Mike. Lord Christ, Lord Christ. How about you? Like Mike has became a regular. That's what's up. Hey, you know, hey, can't wait to meet you, brother.
Right. He said, all right, well, we also got Elder Charles checking in.
Hey, Elder Charles. You know the Passover is coming up in another couple of months. You know, hey, look, everybody's looking forward to seeing you, brother. We all ready to meet you, brother. You get, hey, come to Passover in Houston, Texas.
Brian in the building. Dennis Martin.
Hey, the water sits. We're checking in.
You got Sister Yaquar checking in.
Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, sis. Y'all about to show me how bomb to my sisters.
Like Mike say, concert.
Con, hey, for real. Hey, keep coming to class.
Could I get the precept again, Baba Kasha? I was having issues with my 1611 app.
All right, God, no sweat. Yeah, it's Genesis 29 and 32.
Come.
Right, that's Genesis. Another thing. Genesis 29 and 32.
Con, I have it.
All
this is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son. She called his name Reuben. Right.
And as I was saying earlier, the tribe, we all know who the tribe of Reuben is, right? Tribe of Reuben is right? The Seminole Indians, so-called Seminole Indians. They're down there in Florida, as a matter of fact. They was our first brother. They was the firstborn.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It's interesting. We're talking about Reuben and the Seminole Indians. After everything they was talking about yesterday with Michael Jordan, the Seminole Indians had a NASCAR team for a little bit there.
Oh, wow.
They won the Talladega. They won the Talladega race, which was their original. They built Talladega on their original land that they got kicked off of after the war. So they came back and they won a race on it. It's a lot.
Hey, Most High Christ, and that's messed up, man. Like, how you gonna give a people a land? How you gonna conquer a people, give them a land, and take the land back to build a racetrack?
Right.
Yeah, right. For real, that's crazy. Like, that's a whole bunch of BS right there, man. Like, come on, man. This just goes to show you that the oppressor is definitely the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
A straight devil.
Right.
And they do what devils do. They was no good from the beginning, from the time they was born. From the time they came out the womb, they was no good. Hey, the water for that tidbit, and speaking of which, man, that Michael Jordan, oh my God. Hey, look, you know what? He is so unbrotherly. That's the most boy. He's one of the most unbrotherliest brothers I ever seen. Hey, look, I never liked to care for too much for him anyway. But my thing is this: like, no child should have to go through that. Period. But hey, Mike, you don't like black people, no way. Hey, good. I'm glad. You doing stuff like that? Stick to doing it to their children. Don't come to our children doing that.
Come.
Hey. Yeah, for real. Hey, look, hanging around with the Edomites, right? On that golf club, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that child, even that Edomite child, he was trying to shake that off, like, man, like, what you doing? Come on, man. Right. Yeah. So yeah, you keep that over there with them people. Since you love them so much, keep that over there with them. Don't come. Don't try to come back to our people. Don't come to no. But yeah, hey, go ahead and read out.
Khan. We're still at Genesis 29, part way of 32.
Con, read.
Let's start back. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben.
Right. Reuben was the firstborn of the 12 tribes. Read.
Khan. And said, because the Lord hath heard, Salah. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my.
You there?
Khan, sir. Salaki, I apologize. I had to hang up a call. Salaki.
Oh, okay, Khan, no sweat out.
Where did you lose me, sir?
Oh, Lord hath looked upon my affliction.
Khan.
Read.
Now, therefore, my husband will love me.
Right. You know. So, you know, he looked at Leah like, hey, okay, I'm gonna open up her womb. You know, even though Rachel's still barren, you know, because you got to remember, he wanted, that's who he really wanted.
Right. Yes, sir.
You know, so he chose her over Leah, you know, and he favored her. And, you know, hey, look, more love to her. You know, but hey, you got to look at it. Leah's still your wife.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's lucky, even though he got tricked.
All right. Yeah. Right.
You know, the trick, you still got love.
Right. Hey,
you stay with her.
Exactly. You lay with her, you stay with her. You know, hey, look, LeBron, boy, he right, for real. I mean, Con, right. He tricked Jacob, but hey, you know, that's still your wife. You still gotta love her, man. You know, you still gotta treat her well. You know, and Lord looked at him like, okay, since we doing it like this, I see her affliction. I'm gonna open up her womb. Now she has your first child, your first son.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
You know, sometimes because Leah was the one that they said had soft eyes towards Jacob, right?
Khan, go ahead.
Okay. It reminds me of, you know, this is a world story from way back when, but there was one woman, like it was like two friends that worked together, right? One I liked, one liked me. I kept trying to look at the one I liked, but even with me not focusing on the one I didn't like, she was just happy to talk to me or happy to just speak with me, you know, and I never really thought about it the way that, you know, it looks in the Bible until I started getting in class and hearing this story a couple times. It's a lot.
Right, Khan. Yeah, I feel you on that. Because the woman that you want, that you like, you know, hey, look, there might be another one that like you, but you overlooking her. You know? And a lot of times, the one that you overlook that actually do like you, and you overlook her because you liking somebody else, you know, she might be the better one for you, the better choice. Right. You know?
You overlook.
Right. So which one you winded up getting with? Oh yeah, Khan, the water. I've been looking for that.
Hey, right? It ended up not even going that way.
Oh man, that's all right, Doc. That's all right.
Yeah, I got to know her a little bit better, like the one I liked, and you know, I saw her like real dressed up, like I was like, oh damn, she don't really look like I thought she looked like. So I just kind of chilled.
All right, Khan.
Yeah, she ain't look as good as I thought, you know.
Oh, see, right, tragic. That was right. That was Slock, yeah, all right. That was right. That checked in. Hey, y'all about to show me how shy brought Yeah, that's extra priest right there too. God. All right, let's get back into these scriptures, all right? Verse 34.
Verse 34.
33. Salakia.
Sir. And she conceived again and bare a son and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon.
Right. So that's brother number 2. And who we know the Simeons to be? The tribe of Simeon. God.
Dominican.
Right, God. The tribe of Dominican. I'm a Dominican. The tribe of oh, for real? Okay. Most High Christ.
They know they call themselves Afro Latinos.
Oh.
The ones I was reading.
Oh yeah, God. Right. Right. That's right. You know what I've heard that like Dominicans, yeah, they call themselves Afro Latinos.
A lot of them were just as dark as us.
Right.
A lot of the ones I was seeing, they were just as dark as us.
Right. And that's the thing about it. Like these northern tribes, like you got a lot of them that's darker than we are.
Yeah, some of them are.
Right. And just because you see a lot of them light skinned, you know, hey, look, there's a lot of us that's light skinned just like them.
Right.
You know, that don't mean that they ain't Israelites.
Right.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
All you got to do is blame the white man for that one, just like everything else. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know. We call in all shades in every tribe. Salakia.
Right. You know, and my thing is this too. We got to stop and thank God for the Most High Christ for ISUPK under Command General Yohana, because it's like now we know who we are. Now and here we learn that we ain't gonna let them divide and conquer us. That's why we're not together now. That's why, you know, we separate now. You know, once we was conquered, they divided us. You know, especially through propaganda. You know, and one of the cats that I really hate the most is them FBA cats.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn right.
They ain't, look, only thing they care about, they just trying to get money for themselves.
Yep. That's right.
That is a fact.
Right. You know, y'all ain't really caring and worried about you ain't worried about your own tribe. And yet a lot of us listen to them. A lot of us, you know, they're like, hey, look, that what they got to do with us? This ain't our fight. You know, yes, it is your fight. You know, you want to know what the tribe of Ishkar, aka the Mexicans, had done for us? Remember, that's what the Alamo was about. And not only that, you know, they was fighting because they didn't want to give us up. You know, they helped us be free from slavery. And you got to look at it. The tribe of Gad also. You know, hey, look, we was living among them. You know, but here comes Esau. You know, divide and conquer. You know, through propaganda. Next thing you know, hey, look, we not liking each other. But, you know, hey, look, up in here, when you come and you learn this truth and you realize that, hey, this is our brothers, you know, through the scriptures, through history, you know, the same, we going through the same things, the same slavery, you know, right. And it all ties in, you know, and see, this is the lineage of our brothers. Go ahead,
It's like you said from me. A lot of brothers and sisters, they like to say that the Native Indians and the Hispanics aren't us. We aren't the same people. For one, because they say that we don't share the same, we don't share the same histories. Like they say that we went on the slave ship and we went into slavery. But actually, the Native Indians and the Hispanics, the native, well, the Hispanics, whatever, they went into slavery on ships first.
Right.
When the devils came over here, they picked them up and took them on the slave ships.
Exactly. Exactly.
They do shit. We all share the exact same kind of history. And the same
right.
Curses. It's just that a lot of people they haven't done the history or they haven't researched.
Right.
And a lot of people are misinformed.
You're right. Exactly.
We went through. We all been persecuted the same way. We all been the same slavery. So same slave trade, just in different directions.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You know, the ships just went. You're right. Some of the ships went to what we know now as Puerto Rico. You know, some went just like Dominican Republic. You know, down the West Indies. All all the islands. You know, well, Levi. You know, Levi Benjamin. You know. Hey, look, Asher, Naphtali, hey, that's all because, right, and you're right, the slave shit, you got to understand, when you come in here and you learn this, hey, look, it blew my mind, like, because what you learn at school, that's false faith, a lot of that is false, falsified history.
Yep.
They teach you what they want you to know, and then, right, his story, right. And then when we come in here and you learn, like, wait a minute, tell me all these years going to school, because you look at it and realize, like, damn, all they did was teach us the same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
And you really ain't, to me, hey, look, I wish I would have known this truth when I was little, boy. Y'all wouldn't have been able to tell me. You wouldn't be able to. But hey, look, you wouldn't be able to have my mind, thinking, right, exactly.
So
Go ahead.
The big shock for me was, it was like they told me in history class that the Arawak Indians and the Taino Indians just died out completely. Oh,
wow.
Died out completely. So coming into the truth, it was like a people that were gone. It was like all of a sudden they're just back. Like it's like I got the realization, like, wait a minute. How could have they like, even in like Mexico, all the Aztecs didn't die, but you don't hear about them. All the Mayans didn't die, but you don't hear about them. Like. And that kind of confused me. I was like, okay, so I guess, that's terrible. I guess they're not here no more. So it was really, it was like confusing for a while that they were still there when I got in the truth. So
right, because they was never gone in the first place. Hey, look, our minds are being right. This is what we call being brainwashed. Our minds are being washed from all the BS that we was taught growing up in school, all the lies and the false doctrines, especially from the Christian churches, especially from Christianity.
Okay.
Right. Hey, but yeah, go ahead and read.
We're at Genesis chapter 29 and 34. And
33. Yeah. Hold on. Did we finish 33?
Sir.
Oh, okay. Salakia, go ahead, 34 then.
Sir. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi.
Right. Levi. And who is Levi? Right, Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Khan. Go ahead.
I remember, I think it was, I don't remember which Adawan brought it out that, the Haitians are used to having to punish people for breaking the law. They're like a very like resolute people, like justice driven people, right? And because I gotta keep going to the doctor. So this dude who worked there, he's Haitian, and I showed him what was brought out on Black Watch with the nurse that was breaking the baby's bones and stuff. He didn't know, so he looked at it, and all he said was, "She is going to hell." Like his whole like cool, like polite demeanor, it shut down. He was like, "She's going to hell." He was hell.
Right. Oh, she's going to hell.
Point. He took you to hell at one point.
Right. Because understand, the Haitians, I should say the Levites, they're the original priests. They were the first priests. They were the first original priests under Moses and Aaron. So hey, look, it's in them. They got that spirit in them. Hey. Right. Hey, she's going to hell. Right. Now, these are all our brothers.
Right.
The first three brothers, the first three sons that's born, these are our brothers that we're reading about right now. Go ahead, verse 35.
And she conceived again and bare a son. And she said, "Now will I praise the Lord." Therefore she called his name Judah and left barren.
Right. The tribe of Judah, which is, we already know, that's us. The tribe of Judah. And that just goes to show you, the biblical names according to the Bible and who we are being called today. These are our brothers. Hey, look, you can't deny this. You denied it. What you saw? So what you gonna say? The Most High is lying. Christ is lying. The priest of the Lord is lying. Because you say we lying. Hey, you saying the Most High is lying. That's who we represent. Right. Right. Slovakia. Go to Genesis 30.
Con, sir. Slovakia, the one starting at 1.
Con.
Verse 1. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, "Give me children, or else I die."
All right. Now she wants children. Like, hold on. She gave you 4 sons. That's the first 4 tribes. Basically, the first 4 tribes. And when you go through them tribes and you see who they are, like, hey, look, like, how you going to deny that? Yeah, I'm not going to deny my brothers. Learning the truth and learning who my brothers are and who my family is and who the 12 tribes is, I can't deny that. I'm not going to deny that. Hey, look, the Most High, hey, look, Christ, you in here, Christ chose you. Right. And we'll say it over and over. Hey, look, you was chosen for this. You didn't choose it. It was chosen. You was chosen. And look, we can easily be replaced. Yeah, right. So hey, even just denying your brother, because you gotta look at it. You denying your brother, you denying your people, you denying the Most High. You denying Christ.
Go
ahead.
If you go back and look at a picture of like James Brown, right? And I know he had like a lot of Reubenites in like his background. I don't know if it was on his maternal side or his dad's side, but just if you look at him, he don't look like no Hamite. He might be dark skinned, but he looked exactly like a Native American. Like straight up and down.
Right, Con, exactly. And look, and that's how you know that we are not no nasty, ugly, stinking Hamites, no Africans, man. You know, we is not no piss bathers. We are not no piss bathers. Man, especially, I mean, and that's what gets me. Everybody still want to run around talking about we Africans. Oh, we African American. You know, thank you, Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I know you dead now, but I know you had died this morning, but thank you for that BS. You know, come and coin the phrase African American.
Wait, Salaki, so he was unalive this morning?
Gone.
Ooh wee. he about to be the least in a hurry, ain't
he? Right. You know, because he's the one that coined the phrase African American. You know, now we run around talking about Afro American, African American, and all this, man. Like, no. I mean, you can't look at them people and tell that we don't have the same features. And no, our features do not change just because we came over here, because we never had the same features from the beginning. We just had the dark skin to blend in with them when we had to run up out of Jerusalem in 70 AD. We ran down there to blend in because they were dark skinned like us. That was it. You know, other than that, come on, man. As Muhammad Ali would say, we're handsome, we're pretty. You know? And he was saying, and actually Ali was saying that because he was trying to get, you know, our people to say, hey, look, we black, we black, we beautiful. You know, we are beautiful people. You know, we look good. You know, that's why Muhammad Ali always should say, yeah, I'm pretty, I'm handsome, I'm pretty. You know, because he wanted our people to embrace, you know, your beautiful dark skin. Right. You know, and now look at it as a curse. Yo, but Khan, continue.
Khan. This is Genesis 30 and 2. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I of God's stead, who hath withheld from me the fruit of the womb?
Right. Now Jacob upset. He like, because look, he really wanted Rachel. He wanted to have kids with Rachel. Like, hold on, what's going on? Like, man. Like, right. You know, say that again. Well, right. Funny how that worked out, huh? But yeah, you gotta be kind to your woman, man. That's, you got two wives. You know, and this goes to show you that we can have more than one wife. You know, that's another thing. You know, hey, look, God do it. They used to do that. Man, look, you think Gad and Reuben and all that, you think they ain't had no more than one wife? Right. You know, hey, look, they probably had 2-3 wives up in that teepees. You know? He had a teepee for each wife. You know? Right. You got 3 teepees to go to. Go ahead.
I may need to be excused. I don't want.
Oh, Khan.
What I say? Yahaba Shemi Ashrak.
Yahaba Shemi Ashrak. Hey, be safe, brother.
Come, so the what?
I am the bar. Hey, the water to you. Hey. All right, Khan. Hey, you think you can pick up for me?
Okay.
All right, the water. Oh, hold on.
Genesis, chapter 30.
Khan.
Verse 3.
Khan.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 3. And she said, Behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her. and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her.
Right. You know, now they resorting to, you know, plan B. Oh yeah, you good, Ox. Right. You know, now they resorting to plan B. You know, now he's like, hey, look, I want to have kids too, you know, so hey, look, you know, you go in unto her, she becomes your wife, you know, have a kid with her have a kid with her, you know, let it be through, you know, through her for me. You know, so that way, you know, hey, look, you know, she really want to give her husband children, you know, and if this is the way that she has to do it, you know, hey, Most High Christ, more power to him. But yeah, you know, it's gotten to that point, like, you know, it sounded more like frustration. You know, it sounded more like, you know, like, hey, look, I'm gonna make sure I have a kid with you. You know, somehow I'm gonna give you a baby. Hey, y'all about to me outside, brother. Glad you could join us, Art. All right, how you doing, Art? Hey, Tawal, Most High in Christ. Hey, you can read for me? All right, Genesis 30 and 4. Drop down to 4.
It's a lot, sir. If I may, you have a few more check-ins.
Oh, okay. Most High in Christ.
My Quran checking in.
Hey, y'all about to me outside, but I gotta hit that brother up. See how he's doing.
Officer Lakaman checking in.
Hey, y'all about to me outside, but Hebrew Academy 2025 graduate.
Yes,
Hey.
We also have Officer Makalat checking in.
Hey, y'all about to me outside, but how you doing, priest? That's another powerful priest. Hey, man, Officer Halak. Hey, the water for joining us. All right, read whenever you're ready, all right?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 4. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her.
Right. So, you know, she became his third wife. You know, so understand we can have more than one wife.
Right.
You know, and without Jacob having these women, having these wives, I should say, you know, hey, look, that's how the 12 tribes, that's how you got the 12 tribes, hey. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. The more children, the better.
Right.
Read.
And Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son.
Read.
And Rachel said, God hath judged me and hath also heard my voice and hath given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. Right.
This is the tribe of Dan. You know, and we all know who Dan is now. What happened with Dan? You know, Dan wind up going into the tribe of Manasseh. You know, so Dan, they're still Israelites. You know, it was just there wasn't enough. If I recall correctly, I think it was not enough men or not enough women. I think it was not enough women, I think. You know, and they winded up going into the tribe of Manasseh. You know, you know, because it was actually 13, but the Most High wanted 12. That's what that's the Most High wanted. So, you know, Dan, they wind up going into the tribe of Manasseh. So, you know, brother to 12. You know, so this is Dan. And well, you know who a Danite is in the Bible, right?
A Danite?
Khan. A famous Danite. You know Samson was a Danite. God. You know, Samson was a Danite. Read.
And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again, and bare Jacob a second son.
Read.
And Rachel said, with great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali.
Right. So Naphtali, the tribe of Naphtali. Who is the tribe of Naphtali? Go ahead, you can look. It's right there.
Argentina and Chile.
Right, Argentina to Chile. That's the tribe of Naphtali.
Right.
You know, so all these are your brothers. All these, you know, that everybody claimed they, you know, if they get deported, hey, they shouldn't be here illegal. They need to go through the proper channels and all that. Hey, look, these are your people. You know, hey, we don't care if ICE takes it. Hey, whatever happens to them, happens to them. That ain't our fight. Yes, it is. Because you see it right here. These are the biblical names, and I'm giving you their names today, their slave names of what they're called today. So Naphtali, they're the Argentina to Chile. The so-called Argentinians and the Chile. Read.
Okay. When Leah saw that she had left barren, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife.
Right. That's what 4 wives right there.
Right.
Boy, Jason, Jacob piling them on, ain't he? Go ahead.
Christian tell you only have one wife.
That's right.
It wouldn't be no Israel.
Hey, Khan, right. Right. And in case you didn't hear what Gakwa said, you know, hey, look, the Christians will tell you, you know, that you could only have one wife. But if it wasn't for Jacob having multiple wives, you know, there wouldn't be no 12 tribes. We wouldn't even be here.
Right.
Not like that. You know? And this goes to show, these are your brothers. Go ahead, read.
Okay. And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. And Leah said, a troop coming. And she called his name Gad.
Right. The tribe of Gad. And we all know who the tribe of Gad is, right? All right. North American Indians. You know, matter of fact, you know, we used to live on the land with them. We used to live amongst them. You know, we used to help each other.
Right.
You know, they helped keep us from slavery. They used to hide us and everything. But you talking about, you know, they ain't got nothing to do with us. You know, looking at history, as much as the northern tribes has helped us, but you don't want to help them. You got to be out your rabbit. You got to be out your mind. Go ahead, read.
And Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. And Leah said, happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed. And she called his name Asher.
Right. And who is Asher? Right. Colombia. All right. Colombia. Right. Yeah. You know, so Asher is another one of our brothers. You know, and understand that, you know, as we read in the tribes that who our brothers are, or who our people is, you know, a lot of them, you know, is of the northern tribe. Let me see. Get me, drop that. Hold on, Salakia. Let's see. Drop down to 17.
Oh God. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 17. And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived and bare Jacob the 5th son.
Right.
And Leah said, God hath given me height, so like given me my height, because I have given me my maiden to my husband. And she called his name Issachar.
Right. Tribe of Issachar. And we all know who Issachar is.
Right.
Right. The Mexicans, so-called Mexicans. You know, who ISIS taking our children. You know, our little nieces, nephews, our cousins. You know, our little ones. You know, put them down in the border in detention centers. Because you look at it, hey, look. That's why when we say history, you know, repeats itself, you know, what relates to the past, you can relate it to today's times, because look at it. Hitler had his concentration camps. Trump got his detention centers. Right, yeah, same concept, right. Understand, his family is German. They came from Germany. Go ahead.
In the street, sundown, my brothers.
This is right.
Same way the Gestapo, the Jews.
Right, exactly. And that's all ISIS. They ain't nothing but Gestapo. They ain't nothing but the SS. Stomping down the streets.
Right.
You know, and they have a right without a warrant to just go into your place, just like the Germans did, just like the SS. You know, the Gestapo, they would bust into your crib, you know, in a heartbeat, without warning, not a care in the world. You know, and that's the same thing ISIS is doing. I say, hey, ISIS, they talking about ISIS don't need no warrant. Right. They can stop you, enter your house anytime they want. Go ahead, read.
Okay. And Leah conceived again and bare Jacob the 6th son. And Leah said, God hath endured me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun.
Right. Zebulun. Now we got Zebulun. Who is Zebulun? Hey, I can look. They're right up there.
Guatemala and Panama.
God. Right there. Guatemala, Panama.
Right.
The Panamanians, the Guatemalans. You know, that's another of our Latino brothers. You know, Guatemala, Panama. You know, so hey, look, man, we gotta look. The soul of Jacob, the soul of our people, we all got it. It's all one. We got the same soul as the northern tribes, as the so-called Hispanics. They got the same soul as we do. You know, they go through the same things we go through. We go through the same things they go through. You know, we got the same flavor. You know, hey, look, breakdancing, hip hop. Where do you think all that came from? You know, there's a song called Lowrider. Everybody thinks the song is bad, but everybody thinks that it was made by one of the Hispanic groups. But guess who made it? If you listen to it, you would think that.
Right. I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah, you know the song I'm talking about?
It was at the beginning of what's that comedian name?
Right there.
No, this is a Hispanic comedian. So like I think about it.
God.
The song you're talking about, dog.
Right. But you know that is a it was a brother that sing that song. Yeah, it's a group called War.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, that brother. Yeah, that's who sings that song. And you were sweeping down. It was a Hispanics. Latino brothers made it. Latino group. There's another group I like too. Yeah, there is a Gadite. The group is Gadites. Right. Yeah. Redbone. Yep, Redbone. How yeah, what you know about Red? Hold on, youngin. Hold on, youngin. Who told you, youngin? What you know about that? Dude, he just say me. That boy, that's my nephew there. Nephew got jokes. But no, hey, yeah, Redbone. Right. You know? Hey. Judah. Yeah. But yeah, you know, but that just goes to show you that look, they got the same flavor, man. Right. We got the same flavor, we got the same talents. You know? But yet they swept down, the oppressor swept down, they created rock and roll. You know? Right. But my thing is this. You know, why do you think they used to ask Elvis why he playing them Negro songs? Why you like playing them Negro songs? Right. That's what they used to ask him back in the day. Why you playing them Negro songs? Why you play Negro music? Right. You know, so why you singing it? Go ahead.
Like I just recently seen all of the tracks that he stole. He got that brother, I forget his name.
Right, yeah.
With shit like a little side by side.
Right.
Older cat, black dude. All the songs, I ain't gonna say all.
Oh, brother, but a lot of his songs, right.
Came from his word.
Right. And as a matter of fact,
I think Chuck Berry was one of them, but it wasn't a video. It wasn't Chuck Berry the video that I seen.
No, it's it's a brother who was writing songs. You're right.
Didn't Chuck Berry write something? I think Chuck Berry just coined for the invention of rock and roll, or did he write some of Elvis' songs too?
No, I think he just coined it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he just coined
rock and roll.
it. Right. Okay. Right. And see, the thing about it, they call him the king of rock and roll, but you got a brother, you know, you get songs from him, and then you taking his style. You know, because they like, you know, when Elvis was singing, you know, it was like he was listening to it and how he was singing, you know, and Elvis just, you know, he started, you know, copying that style. Right. So it's like a lot of stuff that they getting it from us. You know. Go ahead, read.
And afterwards she bare a daughter and called her name Dinah.
Right. Read.
And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bare a son and said, God hath taken away my reproach. And she called his name Joseph.
Right. Read.
And said, the Lord shall add to me another son.
Right.
And it came to pass, when Rachel had born Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, send me away, that I may go unto my own place and to my country.
Right. And from there, we know what happened to Joseph after that. And the tribe of Manasseh and Ephraim, that's where they came from, Joseph. You know, and now when a lot of our people try to use colorism, Joseph, he would be what you call a Puerto Rican today. He would be, how you say, he'd be light-skinned brother.
Right.
You know, just like, you know, like when a lot of people try to use colors and say, oh, you know, look at their skin color and this, that, and the third. Well, Joseph was a light-skinned brother. You know, and he was the father of the tribe of Manasseh and Ephraim. Okay. You know, because Manasseh, like I said earlier, that's who Dan wound up going into. Okay. Right, that's where the tribe of Dan wound up going into. They wound up blending in with Manasseh. Okay. You know, so it's like, you know, how you gonna go by colors? How you gonna say no? These ain't your brothers, not your people. You know, what happens to them, you know, what happens to them happens to us. Understand, we went into slavery as a nation, as one people. We didn't go separate. You know, the Most High said He's going to scatter us. Drop that. Now, that's the birth of the 12 tribes right there. You know, from their biblical names to the modern names of what we're being, to our slave names, I should say, of what we're being called today. You know, and just because, give me Isaiah 14, 1-9, because understand, the Most High is not done with us. You know, Isaiah 14, let's say Isaiah 14, Salakia, give me Genesis 49:1. Salakia. I'm getting ahead of myself. Khan.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Right, in the last days, what's going to befall each of the tribes and what's happening right now. Because you look at it, we're in slavery right now. You know, we've been scattered in the four corners of the earth. You know, we've been sent to, you know, to different lands of slavery. None of us have, you know, we didn't go back to Israel. And according to the Bible, according to the Most High, told us, you know, in Deuteronomy 28:68, you know, we haven't been back. We haven't settled in our land. You know, hey, look where we're at. Look what's happening to us now. Go ahead, read.
Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength.
Right. He's the firstborn, the beginning of his strength, the beginning of his inheritance. You know, hey, look, proud papa.
Right.
You know, this is my strength. This is my power right here. You know, this is my boy. This is my firstborn. He gonna be the eldest. He gonna be strong. You know, powerful, diligent, smart, intelligent. You know, this is who your inheritance is gonna go to. Your firstborn. You know, you want to make sure he's straight. You know, especially when you have other children. You know, you gotta help keep them in line. Especially as he gets older, like, you know, he ain't gonna, you know, Jacob, he ain't gonna have the strength as a man. He ain't gonna have the strength and the power that he did as a younger man. Right. You know, so Reuben, that's hey, this is my strength. You know, hey, look, keep your brothers in check. Check your brothers, right? If need be, you know, they get out of line, check them. When I ain't around, you know, keep the head on a swivel, keep the head straight. You know, that's what big brothers for. Go ahead, read.
The excellency of dignity and the excellency of power.
Right.
Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch.
Right. You know, that's when Reuben, he wind up sleeping with his father's wife. You know, and bear a son with his father's wife. You know, yeah, exactly. Right. You know, all part of the 12 tribes. But yeah, Reuben should know him better. You know, he should never let himself fall weak, but he did. You know, so he wind up, you know, going up into his, you know, into his stepmother. I should say his father's wife. You know, so now it's like he lost his birthright. Well, not his birth, but his firstborn position. You know, as being the head tribe, he lost that. Go ahead, read.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Right. You know, hey, because you look at Levi, them Haitians, boy, they don't play. You know, like them Haitians and the Benjamites, the Jamaicans and all them, boy, they say, hey, look, they'll put a machete on you in a heartbeat. You know? Hey, look, they do not play. They do not play. And Simeon, hey, Simeon, don't think Simeon is a joke. You know? Matter of fact, you know, there's like Simeon and Levi, they into that voodoo stuff. You know, they be going against each other. Right. From my understanding, what I've learned is that, you know, they be trying to throw curses at each other and stuff, and, you know, they be fighting each other, going against each other, butting heads.
Right.
Right. Because, you know, they like right there. You know. Read.
And Sluggy, sir.
Go ahead.
How they got these two names mentioned next to each other, and they are
yeah, right. Because you think about Simeon and who Simeon is today, and who Levi is today, and where they at right now. You know.
Right. Oh, my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly mine honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall.
Right. Because if I recall correctly, that is their sister Dinah. Right. When dude messed with her, it didn't even come to them and nothing, man. And they was like, yeah, okay. Y'all got to get circumcised. You can be, you can be with her, but you guys got to get circumcised. So they all agreed to get circumcised, and they went down there. Them brothers went down there, and we're right. While they were weak, boy, hey, yeah, for real, they went down there and went to work.
Right.
You know, exactly. Let me holler at you. Yeah, bro, for real. You know, hey, they went to town on them cats. Matter of fact, if I recall, they were like what they call me Africans today. Yeah. Con.
I believe so.
Right. I believe they was Africans. Right. We always getting into them with them. Hey, look. I'm telling you, hey, look, back then, hey, look, you know, them big tall Africans, man, we would tear their heads off. This all ain't no joke.
Right.
King David said, well, look at King David. King David, he reminded me of Outcast. One nigga done took off his garment, talking about now who else want to fuck with Israel? Right. Well, God, hey, continue to hide.
Book of Genesis chapter 49, verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
Right. You know, because that's how they are, man. I mean, look, we got it in us. Like, hey, look, especially Judites, we love to fight.
Right.
You know, and we will go. Hey, look, we will get down for our own people, man. You know, you mess with one, you got. Hey, look. Everybody keeps, you know, when they talk about, you know, we jump people and all this, and hey, that's because we go to town for our people.
Right.
You know, we get down for our people, man. It ain't so much. That's in our spirit. It ain't so much as we don't fight one-on-one or nothing like that. That's us.
Right.
You know, and that's how we should be today. Like if we see a heathen, someone of another race, jumping one of our peoples, bruh, hey, we should be ready. Hey, look, when they jump on one of them, hey, look, we should be ready to, hey, all right, on go. to defend your brother. You know, especially with my sisters. Our sisters, man, they gotta get into that nail salon and stuff, man. I know it's hard, but you know, I want to see our sisters getting into that. You know, where they could go to a salon where there ain't nothing but other sisters in there and not fight and argue about nothing.
Right.
You know, instead of going to these Asian, these little Chinese nail shops and stuff and beauty salon stores. You know, when they get accused of doing something they ain't did and getting jumped, you know, a lot of our people like to just record it. Like, why is you recording? Man, help your sister. Don't let these little slanty-eyed and Slocky. Don't let them just jump your sister.
Right.
You know, help your sister. Hey, look, I ain't say you got to do what these brothers did. You know, defending their sister Dinah, but you know, hey, don't let no harm come to your sister, man.
That's right.
You know, I wouldn't care. Hey, look, even if it's 3 or 4, it's 5, 6, 10 of you. Hey, get them.
That's right.
You know, I ain't saying going out to hurt nobody, but defend your people, defend your race.
Right.
You know, read.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brother shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stood down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Rouse him up. Right. Who's gonna rouse him up? Because you know, and look, a lot of the other tribes, they do follow us. You know, it's like we the lead tribe. It's like our mannerisms, the way we dress, the way we act. You know, you can look at it. Everybody follows us. Everybody, you know, going to try to dress like we dress, talk and walk like how we do.
Right.
And everything we do, you know, it's like, hey, oh, damn, that's, yeah. I can get down with that. You know, that's just like, for example, look at the Edomites. Look at the oppressor. You know, you wear your hat backwards, all of a sudden they want to wear their hat backwards. Right. They get braids, now all of a sudden it's a new thing. It's a what you would call it. You know, you got these funky dogs, these cave monkey women, these pale-faced cave monkey women, you know, getting braids like sisters do. And understand, we can do our hair anything in any style, however we want. They can only do, they're very limited. Yo, go ahead, Op.
Like you, sir. The crazy thing is they try and steal the origin of braids. They call them French braids.
Right.
That they originated them, like the French originated them, like the Vikings originated braids.
Oh yeah, well, you know.
They call cornrows like
right. Con.
They said that they originated that.
Right. Exactly. You know, we've been doing this since the biblical says way back. Right, from the beginning. You know, and you look at it, what's something, it was something recent that they started doing that we've been doing. I think it's the do-rags.
Oh, man. Good night.
Right. Yeah. We've been rocking them and different types of different styles. And now all of a sudden, you know, you get some heathen, right. And then you look at it also. Look at these little Japanese cats. They running around trying to dress and talk and, you know, listen to music and be like the Latino tribes. They trying to be like Issachar and, you know what I mean, and Ephraim and all. Yeah. Oh yeah. They got the little shirts and, you know, the hair nets and the bandanas. You know, the little low riders. I see. Go ahead.
Oh, so like you sir, Black Mike in the chat, he said lip fillers and BBL too.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
It's like, and I don't feel that they be having tanning booths trying to darken their
skin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
And like last thing, what's the number one genre right now in the world? It's hip hop.
Right.
Everybody worldwide is rapping or trying to rap.
Exactly. You know, yeah, for real. Because all that started back in the 90s. And Black Mike, look, he ain't never lying. Because even back in the 90s, it was like all of a sudden you started seeing like a lot of these cave monkey women, these pale-faced cave monkey women, a lot of them started trying to the collagen injection and all that. What's that actress's name? Yeah, Botox. What's her name? It's she's an actor. Her last name is Roberts. Julia Roberts, Sawada. Yeah. She was one of the first ones that started doing that Botox lip injection and stuff. Oh, God. Yeah, her and some other Edomite women. And if you notice, they started trying to hit the gym, trying to make themselves thick, like sisters.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
I remember when I was a young boy, those people used to not want to look thick. They used to say, "Does this make my butt look big?"
Yeah, right, exactly.
They
want their butt to look big. Right. That's a fact. Right. Exactly. And you look at it, that's why you get like a lot of these other nations, they want to be built like the way we built. They try to hang around us and try to copy our style and try to walk and talk like us. And you know who got it real bad? Them Italians. They real boy. They try real hard. But yeah, get back. Go ahead,
Appreciate you, for me, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
All these other nations or all these other cultures trying to steal our cultures, trying to be like us.
Right.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost the savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, be trodden underfoot. Basically saying that we flavor, man. We get very cultural flavor.
All right.
They get their flavor from us.
Right. Now, if we lose that flavor, as we being disobedient to the Most High, right. If we be disobedient, the Most High ain't with us, for not observing and following these law, statute, commandments, hey, we'll lose all that flavor.
Right.
But other than that, it's straight flavor. Because you got to look at it. Like a lot of them rockers and you got wrestlers, they be trying to come out with, they come out with fringes on their pants and on their wrestling uniforms and all that. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's sluggy, sir. Like back in the day, like the so-called hippies.
Right.
Used to wear like.
Yeah, right. Them them fringes on their jackets and stuff. Right.
Yeah, the jacket like our native brother used to wear.
Right. Right.
And the headbands.
And too. Right. The headbands. They used to wear the moccasin boots. Yeah. Right. I can never find a pair that can fit me though. I've been looking for a pair of them.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead and read.
Come. The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
Right. The scepter, you know what a scepter is, right? What kings carry, like a staff, like a show, a power.
Right.
I'm the king. This is my scepter, that's basically is what it's saying. You know, it won't pass from Judah though. You know, we still gonna be the princes because you got to look at it. Christ is our king, and he came through the tribe of Judah. Right. Go ahead, read.
Nor a lawgiver from between his feet.
Right. Read. Because we still gonna get a law, statute, command. We still gonna teach. You know, we still gonna be priests. What we doing right now? Go ahead, read.
Until Shiloh come.
Right.
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Right.
Biting his spoil unto the vine, and his ass colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garment in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
Read.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
Right. Christ. You know, talking about when Christ returns. You know, because you know, hey, look, that's our king. That's our power. That's that's who's coming to get his vengeance first. You know, all the tribes are going to be gathered back together. You know, but this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to befall, you know, the 12 tribes. Now, when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, 26, you know, it tells us, you know, how we went into slavery. Basically, it tells us how we went into slavery and what's going to happen during slavery. You know, and we all suffered the same curses. You know, we all went through the same thing. Like I said earlier, in different lands. You know, different ships, different lands. And it all started right here. The transatlantic slave trade all started right here. You know, with our Hispanic brothers. With our, you know, with the tribe of Issachar and Ephraim. You know, you got Asher, Naphtali, Naphtali. You know, all these Hispanic tribes, man, these are our brothers, man. You know, and that's why, you know, they have the same soul that we have. No matter when it comes to music, as we was talking about earlier, between the music, the way we dress, the way we talk, act, you know, everything about us is the same. You know, it just like, it might be just different. You know, depending on who it is. Like, you look at the tribe of Issachar, you know, they got that flavor. The way they dress, you know, say, hey, we dress. The way they talk, the way they act, you know, they just speak Spanish. We speak English. Right. You know, but it's the same thing. You know, we got that same soul. You know, we got that same vibe. Everything about them is us. Everything about us is them. You know, but just because we going through the same things right now, that don't mean the Most High forgot about us. That don't mean, you know, we ain't got to come back together as one people, because you look at it in the ISUPK right now, you know, being as one people, knowing who we are now, you know, and look, and we learn that, look, and we observe like, man, we got the same similarities. You know, we got to be the same people. We got to be the 12 tribes, because everything they went through, you know, the torture of slavery, going in chains on ships, all that. You know, same thing would happen to us. You know, hey, look, ain't nothing different. And so for all you blackity black FBA, you fake Israelite groups and you individualites always talking about they ain't our people and they got nothing to do with us, but you want some funky, dirty, nasty, filthy, stank, piss bathing, doo-doo wearing African to be your people instead. That's what you want to claim. You want to claim bones through your noses. All right. Plates in your lips and your bottom lips. Wearing rings around your neck to stretch your neck out like a giraffe. What the hell? What in the world type of culture is that? What type of what? Go ahead. Right. That's what you want. All right, exactly. I'm not sticking my head up in no cow butt. What Negro? Go ahead.
I've seen some of them. What they do is they put the cow feces on their hair, like the women, and they call that like a sign of fertility or like a sign. That's how they attract their men by putting cow shit on their head. They let it dry out.
Look, you know how
up with cow shit, dog, and that's how they attract their mates.
They put cow
feces on their head.
Man, hey, look, you know how we attract mates? We wash our bodies up, we wash our hair, we put our cologne.
Yeah, right.
You know, we smell good, deodorant, you know, so lotion on our skin. That's how we attract women.
Right.
You know, that's what we do. We ain't put no cow crap in our head and smell like doodle and piss and like we don't worship cows. We don't preserve cows. We kill them and eat them. We unalive them and eat them.
Right.
I love me a good old steak.
Right.
You know, some beef ribs, all that. You know. Get me Ezekiel 37 and 15. Let me know when you got it. 37 and 15.
I got it, sir.
All right, Kyle.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
Right, stop right there. Right, for Judah and his companions. You got to take a stick. You got to write the names on it. You know, this is bringing back Israel under one roof and one house. Read.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Read.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Right. You know, hold on. Right. You know, so this is going to be Israel coming back together, the 12 tribes. You know, you're going to have Ephraim, you're going to have Judah, Issachar, Manasseh, Asher, Naphtali, Levi. You know, we gonna be coming back. We doing it now, coming back together under one house. You know, one stick, one, you know, one people, one mindset.
Right.
You know. Go ahead, read.
Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
Right. You know, we're gonna be just one tribe, one people. You know, you got 12 tribes coming together as one. You know, we gotta be under the rulership of the Most High, under the rulership of Christ.
Right.
Go ahead, read.
And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
Right. We're gonna come together, you know, and not only we gotta go back to Jerusalem. We're gonna take all the lands that, you know, you got the Palestinians, the fake Jews, you got who else? The so-called Arabs.
Right.
You know, all these other cats that's in these lands that it was promised to us from the beginning anyway. When we came up out of Egypt, you know, when the Most High, when we was going to war with all these other nations, and those lands was already promised to us by the Most High. They was living in our lands. We were just going to get our lands back that was promised to us, under the power of the Most High. And all he asked us was to be obedient. Hey, Slakia, get something to throw out. All he asked us was to be obedient. But for us not being obedient, we wind up going into slavery. We wind up being scattered. We wind up being divided and conquered. And when you got one nation over another, and they running everything, they run the newspapers, the media, the radio, the news, all that. They can put out, straight propaganda. They can put out and say whatever they want about us. Right. All the negativity, it comes from them. Everything that, that you hear about, that how we are, and that, that we're Africans, that these other tribes, hey, Tawada, that don't nobody like us, like we're not supposed to be, buddy with the other tribes. We're not supposed to love them. We're not supposed to care about them. We're not supposed to fight next to them. But who we will fight for? We'll fight for the enemy. Right. We'll fight for these Asians. We'll fight for the Edomites. Right. The oppressor. We'll fight a good fight for the Asians. For the Palestinians. Right. Everybody had a little France flag up on Facebook talking about, pray for France. Like for what? We'll fight the good fight for these other races, but we'll not fight the good fight for our own brothers, for our own tribesmen. We won't fight, for the tribe of Issachar. We won't fight for Ephraim. We won't fight for Levi. We won't fight for the Haitians, who are the tribe of Levi. We won't fight for the Benjamites. We won't fight for Naphtali. Right. For the Gadites, the so-called American Indians. But we will fight for the Asians. Because of Christianity, God loves everybody. We're all one people. But they ain't gonna fight for you. They don't give a damn about you. But you care so much about them that you'll fight for them, and you will deny these other Hispanics. You'll deny them being your people. You got something to say? You good? Good? All right, calm. Most High Christ. But yeah, and that's why the Most High is going to bring us back. That's why the Most High is going to yet choose us. The Most High, we could, thanks to ISUPK under Command General Johanna, hey, look, we want people again. Right. Because this is what we're learning. We're learning to be obedient to the Most High. We're learning to love our people. We're learning to accept, the Northern tribe, the Hispanics, all the Latinos, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Panamanians, the Colombians, embrace them, love and care about your people, and this is the good thing, because I'm ready to get up out of slavery. Right. I don't know about you. Hey, look, I'm ready to be with my people. I'm ready, man. Hey, I love it. And we got the Passover coming up in Houston, Texas. Hey, look, you Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, hey, look, be there. Right. Man, you will have the best time of your life. Get into this ISUPK because, look, time is speeding up. It's getting closer and closer to time for us to get up out of here. Right. And look, those are our brothers. That's our sisters. We got to need them as much as they got to need us. And that time is right now. We really, really need them. They really, really need us because you see what's happening with all this ICE. You see what's happening with this deportation. You see what's happening that taking our children down to these borders and locking them up in cages. A lot of them missing. You know, they being starved to death. You know, they catching hell. You know, hey, so it's time to all that. They ain't our people. This ain't our fight. Hey, because they will fight for you. Think they won't. Yeah, I'd be seeing the comments. Oh, they don't like us. That's because they don't know. And that's because they've been taught to not to like us, just like we've been taught to not like them. You know? And that's where divide and conquer comes in. And that's, you know, they did a real job on us. Boy, the oppressor did a real job on us, for real. To keep us divided, to keep us from coming together, serving our God, because they know how powerful we will be. Right. You know, they know that Christ is a big black man, and he's coming back to get his people. They know who we are. Think not that they don't, but they do. Oh, God. You know, especially the elite of Esau. Hey, give me Isaiah. Drop that. Give me Isaiah 14.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Right. Stop right there. Okay. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. You know, he gonna ease up. You gonna be okay. They starting to really dress how I want them to dress. You know, they found the laws that I gave them. You know, they're starting to be more obedient. Right. You know, they keeping the Sabbath services. They keeping the feast days that I appointed them. They stopped eating shrimp, crab, and Salakia. They stopped eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. You know, they're not eating the meat that's unlawful. Right. Go ahead, read.
Come. And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right. We're going to go back to our own land. We got to go back to what the Most High promised. All the lands that the Most High promised us. We getting all that. That's right. You know, Jerusalem, Lebanon, all them Arab nations. You know, when everybody running around, oh, Dubai. Yeah, well, guess what? Dubai is going to be ours too. Let's get all that. Oh, what you call the Middle East, we want all that. We want this whole planet. Everywhere we go, I want us to be ruling. And then you got to conform to our laws, our statute commandments, according to the Bible. You got to bow down to us. You got to pay tribute to us. We're going to be in our own lands. Go ahead, read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
That's right. The strangers. All these other nations, all these Japanese, Chinese, the Samoans, the who else? The Africans. Okay. Right. They're gonna be joined there. They're gonna be up under us. They're gonna cleave to us because they ain't gonna have no choice, because they're gonna be our slaves. They're gonna be up under our foot. They're gonna have to pay tribute to us. We're gonna have to follow our law, statutes, and commandments. The law of the land. We're gonna be the sheriff. We're gonna be the judges. We're gonna be the lawgivers. We're the ones that's gonna be ruling on top.
That's right.
Go ahead, read.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's right. Everything that we had to do in slavery, that's what they're going to have to do. Everything, how they treated us, we got to do double unto them. We got to repay them double. You know, but except the only difference is they didn't have order. We're going to have order on our plantations. During their slavery, we're going to have order. Everything's going to be structured. You know, they're not going to be running around wild. You know, just doing what they want to know, just doing what they want to do. Ain't going to be talking about no, we going to escape. Ain't going to be making no plans, none of that. You know, and another thing is we're not going to be, how you say, assaulting their men and their women like they did us. Right. Buck breaking. Right, exactly. Very disgusted. Diabolical even. You know, we're not going to be doing that. You know, none of the 12 tribes. And I can't wait for the day to see my Hispanic brothers, you know, whipping the back of a Edomite. I can't wait to see my brothers with the ability, you know, that they're going to be having slaves, you know, other nations, you know, Chinese, Japanese, especially the so-called oppressor. I can't wait to see them have them in their cotton field, picking their corn, you know, breaking their back from dusk to dawn for free. I can't wait, because as much as our Hispanic brothers and sisters, our Latino brothers and sisters, the way they working in these fields and in these factories, you know, the way, yeah, I can't wait. I want to see my brothers, boy, get to it. I want to see them walking up the street with 2-3 slaves chained up. You know, hold them. You know how you got a leash on a dog? You got about a couple of dogs, and you walking them down the street. That's what I want to see my brothers doing. You know, chains around the necks of their slaves, walking them down the street like they pets. Tell them to wait out here. Wait outside the store. Right. You know, don't even allow them in the store. You know how back in the Western days they said, was it no Mexicans, no blacks? You know, allowed in their little saloons or whatever. Right. That's what I want to see on their doors, or their restaurants, or their stores, or their saloons. I want to see that. Hey, no whites, no Chinese, no Africans, none, not allowed. Not allowed in. Leave them, look, have a post where you can chain them up with the chains around their necks. You know, make them wait outside till you get done doing what you're doing. You know, then when you get through, unchain them, walk them down the street. That's what I want to see. That's the day I'm looking forward to. I want to see my brothers get back. Any comments, any questions?
No, sir.
Any comments, any questions?
No, sir.
Everybody 12? All right. Well, with that, I'm going to pass the class off to Peace Officer of 50, Gakawan, Ban Yahawada. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in and joining me for tonight's class.
Class, sir. Heavy class.
Hey, the water.
Class, sir. Excellent class.
I try.
Excellent class, sir. The water for that. These are ISUPK security announcements. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After the 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. tithes, which is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21. You also find that in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Our upcoming holy convocation will be the Feast of Purim. The Feast of Purim will be the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which is Monday, March 2nd, and Tuesday, March 3rd of 2026. That's right around the corner, man. That's like in a couple of weeks, man. So come check us out, man. Come celebrate and spend the Feast of Purim with your brothers and sisters in Decatur, man. 3363 Glenwood. With that being said, any Akim or any Akwathian to check the bulletin board in the back of class. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing your all black, start wearing your boots, your shirt, your pants, your headband, or your war scarf. With that being said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers in the class and to the brothers online. Individual, Amajid, Amam Shabbat, Amajid, Barak, what that means from the Hebrew to the English, that means may the Lord bless you in the name of Christ. Yahya Matap, that means hands down. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters online. Individual, Amajid Shabbat, Amajid, Barak, what that means from the Hebrew to the English, may the Lord watch over you, sisters, in the name of Christ. Class dismissed.
That's right.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. It's Officer 5000 Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to invite you, Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, to the ISUPK 57 annual Passover, hosted by Commanding General Yohana, the leader of this nation, Saturday, April 4th, at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Shalom. Be there.